Hi, and welcome to the video Spring Boot Thymeleaf Page Layout with me, Nam Haming from CodeJava.net. To this video, you will learn how to use Thymeleaf fragments to make reusable view parts that are set across pages, for example, header, footer, and menu. And I will show you how to update an existing Spring Boot project to use Thymeleaf Page Layout and how to use a parameterized fragment. I have an existing Spring Boot project here. You can see in Spring 2 Suite IDE, and the Thymeleaf template view files are here under the templates directory. This is the homepage index.html, and you can see in the head of the document I use several references to CSS and JavaScript. And this is a user list page, the same code for the head of the HTML document. And this is a user form, you can see. And in the index, the home page, you can see this is a code for the navigation, for the menu, user categories, brands, products here, and so on. And also in the users list page, I have the code for the menu, and the same for other view files user form here. And also in the product list page here, you can see the code is duplicated for the head of the document for reference to CSS and JavaScript. And the code is also duplicate for the menu and for the footer. As you can see, the footer of the page here, footer, and footer here. Let me start this application to show you how it looks like. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid this code duplication with Thymeleaf by using a Thymeleaf Page Layout. Okay, now let's access our Spring Boot application. As you can see, this application is listening on port 8080, and the context path is /submit-admin. So I go to HTTP localhost port 8080 and context path submit-admin. As you can see, this is the user interface of that Spring Boot application. The user list page here, user form here, products list page here, product form here, you see. And this is the home page. So why do we need to use Thymeleaf Page Layout? To reduce code duplication. As you can see, as I've shown you, the code is duplicated across the pages for the head of the document and the menu and the footer. And another reason that we need to use Thymeleaf Page Layout is to increase the code reusability when we use fragments to make the code reusable, and to improve the code readability, and to have ease of code maintenance. Now let me show you how to use Thymeleaf fragments to make reusable view parts that are set across pages. We will create a view file that contains reusable code for the header, the menu, the footer that are set across pages, and for each view template, each pages in the application, we will use Thymeleaf replace to use the fragment. For each fragment, we declare the fragment by using this attribute th:\fragment, and then the name of the fragment. And then in the view page we refer to that fragment. This is the file name fragments, and this is a fragment name header. You see header, and the same for the menu. And for the footer, it is similar to the include. So you can see that's very simple to use fragments in a Spring Boot project with Thymeleaf. Now come back to Spring Tools with IDE, and now let's create a new HTML file that contains the fragments as a HTML file, and we name this file as fragments. Finish. And we specify the namespace XML namespace for Thymeleaf. For the prefix th equal http thymeleaf.org. And the first fragment we need to declare that contains the reusable code for the head of the document that contains reference to CSS, JavaScript, title, meta, and so on. This information is common to all pages. So I copy this code from the home page fragments here under the head section here. Okay, and I name this head section with the fragment name th fragment, and equal the name of the fragment. For example, I name this as HTML underscore head, and then in each view page we need to replace here in the home page. I delete this code and use a syntax like this with the Thymeleaf attribute th replace, and then the fragment file name, and then the fragment name. So here we specify th replace equal the fragment file name is fragments, and then double colon, and then the fragment name in the fragment file is HTML underscore head here. That's it for the head of the document in the home page. Okay, save the changes and refresh our application to make sure that it will work. Refresh, and you see it works normally. And let's view the page source, and you can see it generates the head of the HTML document properly. Okay, and we do the same for other pages. Copy and paste for the user list page here, for the head here. So we can see with Thymeleaf Page Layout we can avoid code duplication to increase the reusable of the code. And we do the same for the head section of the user form page here, and do the same for the product list page here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 view files. And we do the same for the menu. You can see we have duplicate code for the menu of the application here, and we move the code for the menu to the fragments file. So copy this menu code, cut, and paste to the fragments here. And inside the fragment file, we can have one or more fragments. And here we specify the name of the fragment is th fragment equal menu. And in the home page, we replace, we use a div tag div th replace equal fragments double colon, and name is menu. If you specify a wrong name, we got an error. For example, I specify the name menu1 here, and let's refresh the home page, and we got an error here. You see, you can see the error could not pass as expression fragments menu1 here. Now let's update the name. Sorry, I have mistake here. Replace. Okay, and let's refresh. You can see the error is now different. Error resolving fragment menu1 here. So we need to use the name which is available in the fragment file. Okay. Save the changes and refresh the home page, and you can see now we can see the menu as normal. And let's view the page source. You can see the code for the menu here, and we do the same for other pages. For the user list page, we replace the code of the menu here, the navigation bar here, like this. So you can see we can avoid a lot of duplicate code. And we do the same for the user form here. This is the menu. This is the product list page. And we also have duplicate code for the footer here, you can see. So we move this code to the fragments file here, and we name this as ts fragment equal footer. And then we use that fragment for the footer at the end of the page here, and we change the name to here to footer, and we specify some text for static header, static footer. So when viewing this page in a web browser, for example, view open with web browser, you can still see the static header, static footer, and at runtime it will be replaced by the menu and the footer here. Copy this code of the footer fragment and paste as a base to other view files for the user list page here, for the user form here. So you can see by using Thymeleaf Page Layout, we can avoid duplicate code and increase the code readability and reusability. Okay, save all the changes, and now let's refresh the home page. You can see the menu and the footer user list page. user form, product list page, product form. So all the bases are working normally after we have built the code to use Thymeleaf fragment. Next, I will show you how to use parameterized fragment. We have the product form here, which is not updated. You can see the head here. Let me update the code for the menu and footer. For the footer, here, and for the menu here, copy for the menu here. And you can notice that the head of the product form is slightly different than the others. Besides the common code for CSS and JavaScript, this page contains additional references to use a rich text editor. You can see. So to reuse the fragment in the fragments file for the head here, and also add additional code to the head of the page, we need to use parameterized fragment. So in this head fragment, we can specify the parameter for this fragment name here. The name of the parameter is type, and because Thymeleaf allow us to remove the host tags with th colon remove, and this will be updated with the actual value of the type here. So I specify type here. Okay, and in the home page, which is which we don't want to remove the host tag head here, so we specify the pass the value for parameter here, type equal none. Okay, save the changes and let's refresh the home page. You see it works normally, and let's view the page source. You can see the head section is normal. Let's see the user list page, and we got an error here because it is not updated to use parameterized fragment. So we need to copy this code to the user list page to pass none to the fragment here. Okay, do the same for the user form, the same for the product list page, but not for the product form. You can see in the product form, besides reusable code from the fragment HTML head here, we need to use this additional code to use the rich text editor. So we can use parameterized fragment like this. We still use a head element. We still use a head element, okay? And then we use a div section here. Th replace fragments colon HTML underscore head, and we pass a value for the type parameter is removed. So Thymeleaf will remove the host tag, which is a div here, the host tag, which is the head here. Okay, save, and now let's refresh the user list page number, user create new user number, product list page, and create new product. We got an error. Sorry, tag equal to tag to remove the host tag. As you can see, invalid value specified for th remove only all tag body and none. Okay, and now let's refresh description, and you can see the text, rich text editor here. And let's view the page source, and you can see in the head of the document beside the common code, this page uses additional reference to use a rich text editor here by using parameterized fragment with Thymeleaf like this. See, in the fragment we specify the name of the parameter and use the parameter in the code, and then in the view file we pass value for the parameter here. You see, and in the user new form here, you see. So that you have learned how to use Thymeleaf Page Layout, Thymeleaf Fragments to reduce code duplication, to increase code reusability, improve code readability, and ease of code maintenance. And so you can see it's very easy to use fragments with Thymeleaf to use the page layout. I hope you have found this video helpful. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.